Monetary policy of India. Monetary policy is the process by which the monetary authority of the country, generally the central bank, controls the supply of money in the economy by its control over interest rates in order to maintain price stability and achieve high economic growth. In India, the Central Monetary Authority is RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and it is designed to maintain the price stability in the economy. Now I am telling about the other objectives of the monetary policy of India. Price stability. It implies promoting economic development with considerable emphasis on price stability. The center of focus is to facilitate the environment which is favorable to the architecture that enables the developmental projects to run swiftly while also maintaining the reasonable price stability. Controlled expansions of bank credit. One of the important functions of RBI is the controlled expansion of bank credit and money supply, with special attention to seasonal requirement for credit without affecting the output. Promotion of fixed investment. The aim here is to increase the productivity of investment by restraining non-essential fixed investment. Restriction of inventories and stocks. Overfillings of stocks and products becoming outdated due to excess of stock often result in sickness of the unit. To avoid this problem, the Central Monetary Authority carries out this essential function of restricting the inventories. The main objective of this policy is to avoid overstocking and idle money in the organization. To promote efficiency. It is the another essential aspects where the central banks pay a lot of attention. It tries to increase the efficiency in the financial system and tries to incorporate structural changes such as deregulated interest rates and easing operational constraints in the credit delivery system and introducing new money market instrument. Reducing the rigidity. RBI tries to bring about flexibility in the operation which provide a considerable autonomy. It encourages more competitive environment and diversification. It maintains its control over financial system whenever and wherever necessary to maintain the discipline and prudence in operation of the financial system. Monetary Policy Committee. The Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 was amended by the Finance Act 2016 to provide for a statutory and institutionalized framework for a monetary policy committee for maintaining price stability. While keeping in the mind objective of growth, the Monetary Policy Committee is entrusted with the task of fixing the benchmark policy rate required to contain inflation within the specific target level. As per the provision of the RBI Act, 3 of the 6 members of the Monetary Policy Committee will be from the RBI and other 3 members will be appointed by the central government. The Government of India, in consultation with RBI, notified the inflation target in the Gazette of India Extraordinary dated 5 August 2016 for the period of beginning from the date of publication of notification and ending on 31st March 2021. At the same time, lower and upper tolerance level were notified to be 2% and 6% respectively. Monetary operations. Monetary operations involve monetary techniques which operates on monetary magnitudes such as money supply, interest rates and availability of credit, aimed to maintain price stability, stable exchange rate, healthy balance of payment, financial stability and economic growth. The RBI, the Apex Institute of India, which monitors and regulates the monetary policy of the country, stabilizes the price of controlling inflation. Instruments of monetary policy. These instruments are used to control the money flow in the economy. First, open market operations. An open market operation is an instrument of monetary policy which involves buying or selling of government securities like government bond from or to the public and banks. This mechanism influences the reserve position of banks, yield on government securities and cost of bank credit. The RBI sells government securities to control the flow of credit and buys government securities to increase credit flow. Open market operation makes bank rates policy effective and maintain stability in government security market. Second, cash reserve ratio. Cash reserve ratio is the certain percentage of bank deposit which banks are required to keep with RBI in the form of reserve or balance. The higher of CRR with the RBI, the lower will be the liquidity in the system and vice versa. RBI is empowered to vary CRR between the 15% and 3%. Per the suggestion by Narasimhan Committee report, the CRR was reduced from 15% in 1990 to 5% in 2002. As of 31st December 2019, the CRR is 4%. Third, statutory liquidity ratio. Every financial institution has to maintain a certain quantity of liquid asset with themselves at any point of time of their total time and demand liabilities. These assets have to kept in non-cash form of such a gold and precious metals approved security like bonds. The ratio of liquid asset to time and demand liabilities is termed as the statutory liquidity ratio. There was a reduction of SLR from 38.5% to 25% because of the suggestion by Narasimhan Committee. As on 31st December 2019, the SLR stands at 18.25%. Fourth, bank rate policy. The bank rate, also known as the discount rate, is the rate of interest charged by RBI for providing funds or loans to the banking system. This banking system involves commercial and cooperative banks, Industrial Development Bank of India, IFC, Export-Import Bank and other approved financial institutions. Funds are provided either through lending directly or discounting or buying money market instruments like commercial bills and treasury bills. Increase in bank rate increase the cost of borrowing by commercial bank, which results in the reduction in credit volume to the bank and hence the supply of money declines. Increase in the bank rates is a symbol of tightening of the RBI monetary policy. As of 31st December 2019, the bank rate is 5.4%. Repo rate. Repo rate is the rate at which RBI lends to its client, generally against government securities. Reduction in repo rate helps the commercial bank to get money at a cheaper rate, and increase in repo rate discourages the commercial bank to get money as the rates increases and becomes expensive. Reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate is the rate at which RBI borrows money from the commercial banks. The increase in the repo rate will increase the cost of borrowing and lending of the banks, which will discourage the public to borrow money and will encourage them to deposit. As the rates are high and the availability of the credit and demand decreases, resulting to decrease in inflation. This increase in repo rates and reverse repo rates is a symbol of tightening of the policy. As of 31st December 2019, repo rate is 5.15% and reverse repo rate is 4.90%. Credit ceiling. In this operation, RBI issues prior information or direction that loans to the commercial bank will be given up to a certain limit. In this case, commercial banks will be tight in advancing loans to the public. They will allocate loans to limited sectors. A few examples of credit ceiling are agriculture sector advances and priority sector lending. Credit Authorization Scheme. It was introduced in November 1965 when P.C. Bhattacharya was the chairman of RBI. Under this instrument of credit regulation, RBI, as per the guideline, authorized the banks to advance loan to desired sectors. Moral suasion. It is just as a request by the RBI to the commercial bank to take certain action and measure in certain trends of the economy. RBI may request commercial banks not to give loans for unproductive purpose which do not add to economic growth but increase inflation. As of 17 April 2020, inflation rate is 2.86%, marginal standing facility rate 5.4%, CRR 4%, SLR 18.25%, bank rate 4.65%, reverse repo rate 3.75%, repo rate 4.40%, GDP growth rate 6.1%. RBI announced 50,000 crore targeted long-term repo operation called TLTRO 2.0. Liquidity coverage ratio requirement for a scheduled commercial bank has been reduced from 100% to 80%. Ways and means advances of state government has been increased by 60% until 30 September 2020. RBI will provide a special refinance facility for a total amount of 50,000 crore to NABARD, SIDBI and NHB. NHB means National Housing Bank.